Welcome to a spine-tingling journey through some of the most haunted places in the United States that you can actually visit. Now, before you start packing your ghost hunting gear, did you know that 1 in 4 Americans believes they live in a haunted house? That's right, 44% of people even suspected or knew they were moving into a haunted abode. So if you're feeling brave, or just a little bit curious, you're in good company. Now, why do we love haunted places so much? Maybe it's because the US spends a whopping $9 billion on Halloween each year, making it the second largest commercial holiday after Christmas. Or perhaps it's because we just can't resist a good ghost story. Whatever the reason, haunted attractions draw thousands of visitors annually, with some places attracting over 60,000 guests. Clearly, there's something about a good scare that keeps us coming back for more. So grab your flashlight and a friend to cling to, because we're about to explore some of the spookiest spots in America. We've got a lineup that will send shivers down your spine. If you haven't already, please make sure to subscribe and press the bell icon for the latest updates on where you should travel next. Let's dive into it. Welcome to the Stanley Hotel, where the ghosts check in, but they never check out. Nestled just 70 miles from Denver, this historic hotel is not just a cozy getaway. It's a paranormal playground that inspired Stephen King's The Shining. Yes, the same Shining that made you afraid of your own hallway at night. But don't worry, the only axe-wielding maniacs here are the ones in your imagination. Hopefully. Built in 1909 by Freeland Oscar Stanley, the hotel was originally a luxurious summer resort for the wealthy. Stanley, who was recovering from tuberculosis, found the fresh mountain air so invigorating that he decided to build a hotel there and share the health benefits with the world. The Stanley Hotel has been dubbed Disneyland for ghosts, and with good reason. Ghostly apparitions, flickering lights, and eerie laughter are just part of the everyday charm here. Room 217, where Stephen King stayed, is particularly famous. It's said that Mrs. Wilson, a former housekeeper, still tidies up the room, even packing up the luggage of unmarried couples who dare share a bed. And if you're brave enough to stay on the 4th floor, be prepared for the sound of ghostly children running through the halls. No, it's not your imagination. Or maybe it is, but that's the fun part. The hotel even offers a ghost adventure package, complete with ghost hunting equipment and a mug that says, "Red rum, red rum," a nod to King's novel. So if you're looking for a place where the spirits are as lively as the guests, the Stanley Hotel should be at the top of your list. Just remember, if you hear a piano playing in the middle of the night, it might just be Flora Stanley serenading you from beyond the grave. Welcome to Eastern State Penitentiary, where the only thing more chilling than the drafty halls is the ghostly company you'll keep. This fortress of fear opened its doors in 1829, just in time for Halloween, and was designed to reform prisoners through the power of solitude. But as it turns out, solitary confinement is less about finding inner peace and more about finding your inner ghost. Who knew? Eastern State was the brainchild of some well-meaning folks who thought that a little alone time would do criminals some good. They even had the backing of Benjamin Franklin. Yes, the kite and key guy, who believed in giving prisoners a chance to reflect and repent. Instead, they got a lot of reflecting and a whole lot of insanity. The prison's design was so revolutionary that over 300 prisons worldwide copied it. Now, let's talk hauntings. This place has been featured on every ghost hunting show you can think of, from Ghost Hunters to BuzzFeed Unsolved. And why not? With its history of madness, disease, and a fair share of murders, it's got all the makings of a supernatural soap opera. Al Capone, the infamous gangster, even claimed he was haunted by the ghost of one of his St. Valentine's Day massacre victims while serving time there. Apparently, not even mobsters can escape their pasts or their ghosts. Visitors have reported seeing shadowy figures in cell block 6, hearing eerie laughter in cell block 12, and even encountering a ghostly dog named Pep. Yes, you heard that right, a ghost dog. Pep was supposedly imprisoned for killing a governor's cat, but he was actually just a therapy dog with a mugshot. Talk about parking up the wrong tree. Today, Eastern State Penitentiary is open for tours, and if you're feeling particularly brave, you can visit during their Halloween nights for a truly haunting experience. Welcome to the Myrtles Plantation, where the Spanish moss is thick, the history is richer than a southern pecan pie, or pecan pie, and the ghosts are just part of the hospitality. Nestled in the heart of St. Francisville, Louisiana, this plantation has been dubbed one of America's most haunted homes, and with good reason. With over 60,000 visitors each year, it's clear that people are just dying to get in, pun intended. Built in 1796 by General David Bradford, a man who fled to Louisiana after a little whiskey rebellion got out of hand, the Myrtles is a classic antebellum mansion with a twist. And by twist, we mean ghost stories that will make your hair stand on end. The plantation's most famous ghost is Chloe, a slave who allegedly poisoned the family of Judge Clark Woodruff. Legend has it that Chloe was caught eavesdropping and, in an attempt to regain favor, baked a cake laced with oleander leaves. Spoiler alert, it didn't end well. Chloe was hanged, and her spirit is said to still roam the grounds, possibly regretting her baking choices. But Chloe isn't the only spectral resident. The plantation is rumored to be the site of up to 10 murders, though only one is documented: the shooting of William Winter on the 17th step of the Grand Staircase. Visitors claim to hear his footsteps echoing through the halls, forever trying to reach the top. And if that's not enough to send chills down your spine, there's the infamous haunted mirror, where guests report seeing ghostly figures and handprints that refuse to be wiped away. Today, the Myrtles operates as a bed and breakfast, offering tours for those brave enough to explore its haunted halls. Whether you're staying overnight or just passing through, you're in for a treat. Just maybe not a cake. So come on down, and if you hear a whisper in the night, it might just be Chloe, reminding you to watch your step and your dessert recipes. Welcome to the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, where the only thing crazier than the architecture is the ghostly gossip. This asylum, also known as the Weston State Hospital, opened its doors in 1864. And let's just say it was designed with the best intentions and the worst execution. Picture this, a building meant for 250 patients, but by the late 1950s, it was bursting at the seams with over 2,600 souls. The asylum was built following the Kirkbride plan, which emphasized light, air, and open spaces for the mentally ill. It was a revolutionary idea at the time, and the building itself is the largest hand-cut stone masonry structure in North America. But as the saying goes, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, and this place quickly became less about healing and more about haunting. Now let's dive into the spooky side. The asylum is home to a cast of ghostly characters that would make any horror movie jealous. There's Lily, the playful spirit of a little girl who loves toys and candy. Just don't expect her to share. Then there's Dean, whose tragic end involved a bed frame and two rather unfriendly roommates. And let's not forget Slewfoot, whose nickname is as mysterious as his ghostly presence on the upper floors. Visitors have reported everything from cold spots and disembodied voices to shadowy figures and moving objects. The asylum offers historic and ghost tours, so you can explore its chilling past and maybe even meet a ghost or two. Just remember, if you feel a tap on your shoulder, it might not be your tour guide. So if you're in the mood for a little history with a side of hauntings, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum is the place to be. Just don't be surprised if you leave with more questions than answers, and maybe a ghostly friend or two. Welcome to the historic Bullock Hotel, where the Wild West meets the wild world of the paranormal. Nestled in Deadwood, South Dakota, this hotel is more than just a place to lay your head. It's a time capsule of the Old West, complete with ghostly guests who never check out. Built in 1895 by Deadwood's first sheriff, Seth Bullock, this hotel is as rich in history as it is in hauntings. Seth Bullock was a man of many talents: sheriff, businessman, and apparently a ghostly supervisor. Known for his stern demeanor and love of order, Bullock was the kind of guy who would make even a ghost toe the line. And it seems he hasn't quite retired from his duties. Guests and staff alike report seeing his tall, mustachioed apparition roaming the halls, ensuring everyone is hard at work. So, if you're planning on slacking off, think again. Seth might just give you a spectral nudge. The Bullock Hotel's ghostly reputation is legendary. Visitors often catch a whiff of cigar smoke, a nod to Bullock's favorite pastime, or hear disembodied footsteps echoing through the corridors. Room 211, once Bullock's own, is particularly notorious for paranormal activity. Guests have reported everything from moving objects to alarm clocks going off without being plugged in. It's like having a personal, ghostly alarm service, whether you want it or not. But Seth isn't the only spirit in residence. During a smallpox epidemic, the hotel's basement served as a makeshift sick ward, and some say the spirits of children who passed away there still play in the hallways. Guests have reported hearing giggles and footsteps, only to find empty corridors when they investigate. Today, the hotel offers ghost tours for those brave enough to explore its haunted history. With its Victorian decor and modern amenities, the Bullock Hotel provides a unique blend of comfort and creepiness. So if you're looking for a place where history and hauntings go hand in hand, look no further. Just remember, if you feel a tap on your shoulder or hear your name whispered in the night, it's probably just Seth making his rounds. Located in Fall River, Massachusetts, this infamous abode is the site of one of America's most notorious unsolved mysteries. On August 4th, 1892, Andrew and Abby Borden met their untimely demise, and all eyes turned to their daughter Lizzie, who was home at the time. But was she the culprit, or just a victim of circumstance and a catchy nursery rhyme? Let's set the scene. Andrew Borden, a wealthy but notoriously frugal man, owned the house from 1872 until his demise in 1892. Despite his status, Andrew was known for his penny-pinching ways, refusing to install indoor plumbing or electricity, much to the chagrin of his daughters. The house was the talk of the town, not for its luxury, but for its lack thereof. It was a middle-class home for a high-society family, and Lizzie, a 32-year-old spinster, was less than thrilled to show it off to her wealthy friends. Fast forward to that fateful day, Andrew and Abby were found brutally murdered, and Lizzie was the prime suspect. The trial was a media sensation, eclipsing even the Chicago World's Fair in the headlines. Despite the circumstantial evidence, Lizzie was acquitted, but the court of public opinion was less forgiving. She became a social pariah, and her story has haunted popular culture ever since, inspiring books, movies, and even a rock musical. Today, the Lizzie Borden House operates as a bed and breakfast and museum, offering a variety of tours including ghost hunts that might just put you face to face with Lizzie herself, or at least a mannequin of her stepmother in the guest room. Guests report flickering lights, self-opening doors, and the eerie laughter of children. It's like a haunted house attraction, but with historical accuracy and a side of breakfast. Savannah, Georgia, where the sweet scent of magnolias mingles with the eerie whispers of the past. If you're looking for a double dose of charm and chills, look no further than the Kehoe House and Moon River Brewing Company, two of the city's most famously haunted spots. First up, the Kehoe House, a stunning Queen Anne mansion built in 1892 by William Kehoe, an Irish immigrant who struck gold in the iron business. With its intricate ironwork and stately presence, the house is a testament to Kehoe's success, and perhaps his lingering presence. The Kehoe family, including 10 children, lived here, and while the tales of 2 children dying in the house are unsubstantiated, they certainly add to the ghostly allure. The house later became a funeral home, which only adds to its haunted reputation. Guests and staff have reported hearing children's laughter, seeing ghostly apparitions, and even feeling an unseen presence sitting on their beds. It's like a slumber party with ghosts, just without the popcorn. Today, the Kehoe House operates as a luxurious bed and breakfast, offering a taste of southern hospitality with a side of spectral intrigue. So if you're feeling brave, book a stay and see if you can spot the ghostly twins rumored to roam the halls. Next, we head to Moon River Brewing Company, where the spirits are both brewed and ethereal. Housed in a building dating back to 1821, This brewery has a history as rich as its stouts. Originally the City Hotel, it hosted notable guests like James Audubon and the Marquis de Lafayette. But it's the less corporeal guests that draw ghost hunters from near and far. The brewery's basement is notorious for ghostly encounters, with the spirit known as Toby making regular appearances. Visitors have reported icy chills and disembodied voices, making it the perfect spot for a ghost tour. Upstairs, the infamous Lady in White is said to glide through walls, while the spirit of James Stark, a man shot on the premises, reportedly roams the second floor, still searching for justice. Despite, or perhaps because of, its haunted reputation, Moon River Brewing Company is a beloved local haunt, offering delicious food and award-winning brews. So whether you're there for the beers or the booze, you're in for a memorable experience. Just be sure to keep an eye on your pint. You never know when a ghost might try to sneak a sip. In Savannah, the past is always present, and the spirits are always ready to welcome you with open arms. Or maybe just a friendly ghostly nudge. Enjoy your stay, and remember, in this city, the living and the dead are just part of the Southern charm. The United States is a treasure trove of haunted history, offering thrill seekers and history buffs alike a chance to explore the eerie and the unexplained. From the ghostly halls of Stanley Hotel to the spectral spirits of Savannah's Kehoe House and Moon River Brewing Company, each location offers a unique blend of history, mystery, and a touch of the supernatural. Whether you're a believer in the paranormal or just curious about the stories that have shaped these iconic places, visiting these haunted hotspots promises an unforgettable adventure. So pack your bags, bring your bravest friend, and get ready to experience the spooky side of American history. Just remember to leave a light on. Until next time, from your friends at the Vacation Agent, safe travels.